We are delighted to announce our maiden results after 1 year on the stock market. And we are all the more delighted that these are the best results the company has achieved in many, many years.
Our first year as a listed company, extremely proud to be announcing our maiden results. It's a great testament to our team and also our loyal followers, our consumers, who've made the business continue to grow to where we are today. Key financial highlights are as follows. Net revenue increased 11.9% to 71.2 million. Adjusted EBITDA increased 59% to 18.7 million. Gross margin increased 3% to 87.6%. It's mainly due to higher proportion of digital sales, which now represent 59% of our total revenue. Gross profit increased 16% to 62.4 million. Adjusted earnings per share increased to 13.3p. And most importantly, our cash position of 18.2 million compared to a net debt last year of 112.9 million.
We launched 4 games this year, and it is very exciting for us that we are a portfolio company. It is very important to understand this. We are not depending in any one franchise in particular, and this is what makes us so strong and over the years. The first game we launched this year was ONRUSH in June 2018, just post-IPO. The game received 76% Metacritic and has now been played by over 2.5 million people, having been on subscription services such as Game Pass and PlayStation Plus. We launched Formula 1 18 in August 2018. The game was very successful. It was rated the highest PlayStation racing game of the year. And the game charted number 1 in over 11 countries. We then launched F1 Racing Mobile, which came out on iOS in September 18 and on Android in November 18. The game is free to play. It has 4.3 out of 5, which we're very excited about. And the game is successful. It's growing from strength to strength. And we're in a position where by now we've just included the 19 liveries to keep the game live and exciting for consumers. In February, we launched Dirt Rally 2. Dirt Rally 2 was a milestone for the company. It was the first game where we put a huge amount of effort on what we call games as a service. The game will be supported for over 12 months after its launch in a way that Codemasters had not been that before. We believe this is the future of our industry, and Dirt Rally 2 is the first of many more to come. Let's not forget our back catalogue. The games that we launched the previous years that were not launched within this year represent a material part of our business year on year, and it's growing year on year because of the shift to digital. These games are now available on shelf without any constraints, and therefore we see that business becoming almost the size of a new franchise. So we've made a lot of strategic moves this year. We started with deals in China with a company called NetEase. We recently continued our relationship and went one step further and did a mobile game deal where we are going to offer assistance in terms of technology and assets, and NetEase will be developing a game which they will be publishing worldwide, free to play, in the next few years. This is a very exciting deal for us because the mobile market is obviously a huge market, and partnering with one of the best in the world is a big milestone for us and a proof of the quality of our content that are coming to us. We are pushing esports to the next level. We've announced a partnership with Motorsports Network, the largest media company in motorsports, and we will be starting our first esports tournament with Dirt Rally 2, followed by Grid at the end of this year. We also started working with up-and-coming streaming company, and we are going to be on all new platforms going forward. it is important for us to remain platform agnostic and to reach as many consumers as possible, wherever they are, on whatever platform they play, on whatever business model they want. We've just announced very recently a partnership with Google Stadia, and we will be launching Grid as a launch title on Stadia this November. We expect 2020 to be a good year for Codemasters. We have Formula One launching in June, and it is launching 2 months earlier than it usually does. That will create additional demand and will also allow us to reach consumers during the 3 most important European races, which are Austria, Germany, and Silverstone in the UK. We are launching Grid in September this year. Grid will be a return of a very loved franchise that has not been around since 2014. There's a lot of hype, consumer expectation, and we have seen through our recent announcements that there's a lot of excitement around the brand. In addition to our brand new games, we continue to evolve with our F1 mobile game, which we updated with the 2019 data. And the game goes from strength to strength. And finally, we have a large number that will be coming from back catalog, because every time that our games get bigger, the back catalog gets bigger for the year after. We will benefit from a lot of support from Dirt Rally 2, which launched in February. And because of the amount of new content and services that will be provided to consumer, we expect Dirt Rally 2 to be material for us this year. We are very confident with the strong lineup we have, the back catalogue and the business development deals we've got in place to be very successful for the year to come.